the experience that we had, dude, it's going away. Like that, like swimming with elephants, handling chimpanzees, playing with baby tigers, wolves. We didn't even mention the other cool shit we were there. There was all kinds of cool shit we were there with.
So let me ask you this. Do you think that it's more beneficial because at the rate that we're at now, tigers will go extinct in the wild because the wild's not really the wild anymore.
Their habitat's gone.
Yeah. So do you think that at the rate that we're operating at now as a civilization, tigers will go extinct? I think Doc mentioned there was like 80 or 90 years that just tigers will go extinct. If we keep on going at the rate that we're going.
I don't even know. Like you talking about in the wild, not in captivity.
Do you think it is better to have tigers live longer from a species standpoint in captivity than to die off but living a fruitful life in the wild?
Look,
great question. I think it's better to have them in humane conditions in captivity, and it's more of a situation like Doc's, or even better. You know, even if we decide to build a habitat that is protected for these animals, but then they need so much land, so it's like almost.
So that's what I'm saying.
Impossible.
Like the saber-toothed tiger. If we put the saber-toothed tiger in, or the woolly mammoth in an enclosure, and basically in captivity, would it have been better than the entire species going extinct?
Listen, like what I'm saying now, what they can do is they can freeze a bunch of eggs and sperm and shit, or like they're rebirthing a woolly mammoth in 2026. Did y'all know that? Yes, they
Jamie, look that up real quick.
Yeah, hey, young Jamie, look that shit up real quick. Anyway, but like,
Bronxy, get to work.
You know, I mean, that's an option too, man. Like if they do go extinct, like with everything we have now, like they can take all their shit and put it in CRISPR and do whatever they need to do with it.
But at what point is that ill
will
or just immoral?
Yeah,
right. Like natural selection. The woolly mammoth was extinct before humans existed.
No,
not
true.
I don't know. Don't look at me, bro.
No, I think we lived alongside. I think we lived alongside with woolly mammoths.
Yeah.
Did they go extinct because of humans?
Ice Age.
Ice Age. So like, is it immoral for us to bring them back whenever natural selection
humans
pushed them
fuck
out?
everything?
How much does human control play into species longevity?
A lot.
And what is that beneficial from a species standpoint?
Look, I think everything on Earth works together. I think we're all a part of this web, and I think humans are fucking up the web a little bit. Not a little bit, a lot. Dude, every reaction has an equal and opposite. You know the science bullshit. You know what I'm talking about?
Every reaction has an equal and opposite reaction.
Yes.
I mean, we're asking about morality. Animals don't do that.
Nature is metal.
Nature doesn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So we're adding our own story into this.
So what is it, anamorphic?
Anamorphic?
Is when we put our own...
Science.
When we put human feelings and emotions into animals?
Into animals or nature in general.
Yeah.
Nature is cruel.
Dude, there's an Instagram page called Nature's Metal.
Do I think morality is real? It feels like it to me. But if you think of everything as the universe as a whole, I mean...
Well, I think as every living thing in our, if you boil down, every living thing is doing one action, and it's surviving. Mm-hmm. Like from cells, from animals, everything is just trying to survive. Yeah. And so is putting a tiger in captivity so that it continues to survive more moral than letting it live naturally in the state before humans, less moral.
I wish I would have taken some mushrooms before we talked about this.
Depending on the conditions, if it's captivity in a box, absolutely not.
So then, what's the line of conditions?
Yeah, because like a tiger's range might be 100 miles. I don't know how. It's some crazy shit like that. Like it's.
So it's like
how much land do they need for them to do tiger shit?
To do tiger shit.
But then if you took,
scratching their mouths.
but then if you put 2 male tigers in that vicinity, naturally they're gonna
fuck each other up.
Exactly. And so us letting that happen, is that moral, or us not letting that happen moral?
But like I said, I wish I would have taken some mushrooms before we had this conversation, because I could have got a little deeper on the subject.
What do you think, Lexington?
I think Lex just wants to ask the questions.
I think that I don't know. It's such a tricky question. I would love for my selfishly, I would love for my kids and my kids' kids and my kids' 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 kids to be able to experience lions and tigers. I was able to, and I think they're beautiful creatures, and I want to keep them on our planet. Now, I agree that they should not be kept in captivity, that are conditions that are more harmful than helpful to them. Now, what line is that? Because we can't really know.
And
right? We're guessing that they're living a good life.
Right.
So
if they're raised in captivity, they don't know any better either. That's just like cats. Like cats, does your dog look like it's having a bad time right now? He looks like he's not giving a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a wolf, dude. That thing was a wolf that we bred down. Like we don't even think twice about our house cats. We don't think twice. Dude, house cats fuck shit up. House cats are really bad for the environment. Like, I mean, they just kill shit to kill shit and show it to you. I'm serious. Like Doc was spitting house cat shit to me one time, and he was like, cats kill 300 birds a year. It's not that much, but it's crazy. And I asked Doc one time, I was like, Doc, why can't they just take these tigers that are raised in captivity? Why can't you just turn them out like a fucking cat? You know, cats kick ass when you turn them out. And he's like, no, they don't. And I was like, yeah, man. Like, my cat brings dead shit all the time to the house. And he's like, the average cat can only live 3 to 6 months in the wild. Like, that's about how long they make it until they die, get killed, get eaten. And he was like, the same thing will happen to a tiger that wasn't raised outside of captivity. And I was like, oh. So that's a whole thing in itself. Like, reintroducing them back to the wild, it's a whole thing in itself.
Yeah, I wouldn't even go there. It was more of the point of captivity compared to the benefits of captivity compared to the benefit
of them not being here.
Yeah. And what's more moral? And is it even our job to identify as humans? Is it our job to play God with their species?
Well, we fucked it up.
We're playing God by destroying their habitat. So
we're doing it regardless.
So I think it is kind of our job to almost try to reverse that damage.
I think everybody could agree with that.
So do you reverse it by then giving them other captivity, or stopping the damage to their?
I think the better way would be to stop the damage that we're doing.
Or to build more sanctuaries, like massive places where they can survive. Like, dude, the national forests in Alaska, like the whole southeast coast of Alaska, is like 50 million acres. Why can't you find somewhere like that in the world where the tigers can thrive? We're like, dude, like in Texas, we bring exotics from all over the world that thrive in Texas. You can't tell me that there's not any other place in the world where there's room where these tigers can thrive. Like, why can't we just drop them off out there? But then back to the whole thing, every action has their equal and opposite reaction. Then the tigers are fucking up the
native species are
native species, so and
it's a dangerous game you're playing.
But then at the same time, humans are playing God.
Exactly.
Humans are controlling nature that wasn't supposed to be controlled by humans.
Assholes. We're aliens. Somebody dropped us off here, and now we're just fucking up this planet.
But do you value a human life more than you value an animal life?
So now we get into a good conversation, because I think we do. I think we should.
Well, which
we should value animals more?
Humans more than animals.
I agree with that. I feel like a human life is worth more than
Rose
an
before
animal
hose
life. Personally,
I 100% agree with that.
Why do y'all think that?
The human cognitive. That's why.
Yeah.
Like, I love this dog right here, but he can't do what all 4 of us can do. You know, he can't drive a car.
So that alone makes us more valuable. I'm just asking questions.
Yeah,
absolutely,
100%.
Yeah.
So then, why are we even thinking about morality? the tigers, bro.
Oh, man,
But
was a joke.
with great power comes great responsibility.
my boom is right in your face.
Is it?
Yep, right across your face.
Damn.
Here, let's try this.
So I think that it plays a fun game there, because I do think that we as humans need to take responsibility for our surroundings.
Yeah.
And part of that is the animal kingdom.
Yeah, I agree.
But you'll get one side, you'll get the PETA people that say, leave them in the wild, and if they go extinct, they go extinct.
PETA.
And who are we to play God? And then you have another set of people like Doc who said, I'd rather these animals be in captivity and our kids get to hang out with them and see them and experience them and the creatures that they are for it. I also then look at it from this viewpoint of they're such a powerful, like they could just kill us at any moment. And that is a pretty remarkable thing to just experience.